All right. Good evening, everybody. It's great to have all of you here. Yeah. Yeah. I'm Elisha Lye. I'm from REA. I'm a tech lead over there. Thanks to GTD for giving me this opportunity to share over here a little bit topics of hopes that will be relevant to everybody. So the topics I have is, hey Google, solve this bug. So just to get a feel of how relevant my talks would be to all of you, I want to see how many of you have encountered bugs before. Oh, okay, good. At least I know I'm hitting the right audience. And how many of you has found a Google issues, bug issues to Google before? Okay, quite a few of them. That's good, awesome. And how many of you have seen your bugs issue being fixed? Awesome. Not as many, but so this talk is kind of relevant to quite a bit of you, which is also great. All right, as I said, this is hey Google, solve this bug. Unfortunately, I'm not going to talk about ChatGPT or Bard. It's all about human interactions on how we discover bugs that we have, and it's not our bug, and how we work together with Google to solve the issues that we fully address. And most importantly, what could be done better. Yeah. All right, so give you a little bit of overview. So the issues I found, as we mentioned, we found to Google. It was discovered back in December 7, late last year, and finally got fixed in April 12. So it's the duration of, do a little bit of mathematics, is 4 months. So, but fortunately, it's all fixed. Awesome, thanks Google. So yeah, it's really great. So to know a little bit of these issues, let me get to where we start off. First, the identification of the issues. So these issues happens in where we have a map view. So if you have a map view, by default they give you a Pac-Man, a little icon over there. If you click on the Pac-Man, you go up, you deep link into Google Map app. The street view will just go loaded up. So with that, that is what expected behavior. And suddenly out of the blue, one day while we are doing testings, nobody really tests that features. Then one day we test and someone tested and click on the Pac-Man and goes on to Google Map app, and it keeps spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. So that's an unexpected behavior. So with that, so we are trying to understand what's the problem with this? Are we using it right? And to make it more difficult, it doesn't happen always. And it happens across all the versions, different versions of our apps. Maybe it's network issues, or maybe it's just a device issue, or maybe it's just a particular Android SDK issues. And we tested across different, and this SDK, it just happens across SDK. And we suspected 99% of the time, those bugs are our bugs, right? So with that, we try to localize the issues. So if you think about it, Google Map View is Google's product. And then Google Map app is a Google product. So when we do a deep link from Google Map View to Google Map app, sounds like Google issues probably. But no, maybe it could be our own issues. It's maybe the way we use it, right? If the way we use it, it could be wrong. So to further identify the issues, what we did is we go and explore around. We found example codes on how to deep link from an app to the Google Map app. So thankfully, Google's provide us a great example, sample codes that we can do that. And when we have created a very simple apps just using this snap code, this little snippet of code, and what we have is an examples where sometimes it does load up the street view, sometimes it doesn't, which is good in the sense of we are able to replicate the problem sometimes, but not always. So it's give us a little bit of headache. And after further investigation and explorations, finally we proved that, yeah, this should be a Google issues. The way we found it is depending on the version of Google Map app that you have on your phone, if you have anything before 11.44, 0905, or before that, it's all good. And by the versions, it's 11.574801. It's broken. Okay. So so we suspected after somewhere after 0905, something has broken in Google Map app. So what we did, cool, let's report to Google. Yeah, we give Google a ticket. because there's a clear way of replicating the issues. The simple sample codes you have attached together, and the version of Google Maps is causing an issue, and the causing issue. We have all this information we provided. We thought it's awesome. So I found issues factors over there. And to be more certain, because we do have Google contacts that we have an internal clouds Google consoles that we can log these issues internally to Google as well. So we log that as well. So there's some follow up as well. So, and because it's already December, I told you it's December, right? And it's a season for holidays. So I fly off to holiday. Okay, I'm sure when I'm back, everything will be fixed and it's all cool. So when I'm back on January, surprise, surprise, the issue trackers that I found, it won't be fixed. No, you're not going to be fixed. And the internal issues that we found them was closed and there's no update and it's just been closed. So I said, what happened? So, or maybe they fixed it. Or then let me check through the latest Google Map app. So when I verified through the latest Google Map app, unfortunately, the latest version 0602 is still not fixed. So I am very surprised. Fortunately, we do have some ones that we can try to email and contact them. But we suspect that probably they're not going to fix it because it is not crashing on the Google Map app, first of all. And there's no real incorrect result. Everything is correct, right? It's just not loading. And if you open up Google Map, everything works fine. The only problems where it happens is when someone deep link into Google Map app. So to the app itself is all good. So who cares, right? But unfortunately, whenever users face the problem, who do you think they'll rate the app as 1 star? Is it Google Map or our app? Unfortunately, they'll rate our app as 1 star. So we are the victim of the problems. So we can't. So we have to go and tell them, ask them, hey, please help us. This is not good for us. So we have talked to, we managed to reach out to a representative, and we asked why did the issues get closed? Apparently, the way they respond to the external issue is through an email called cloudsupport@google.com. And I don't often forward Google issues to them. And when these emails come in, they thought it's a spam email, it gets filtered away. I have noticed, not good aware of it, so it just get filtered away. And after 3 days, they didn't see any response from me, got closed. Okay, was a lesson. Secondly, after they look at the issues, I explained to them, maybe the way you use our app, the way you use the code is not correct. So maybe you should just attach a strict view into your app. That should be, and there's a new way of doing it. The channels a link. So it sounds very logical. It sounds like maybe the way we use it. So I'm trying to explore and understand. So after thinking about, so if they are asking us to attach a strip map into our app, so this will be something like example how it looks like strip map to our app. But this is not what we intended. We don't plan to have a strip map into our app. We just plan to let Google's deep link into the Google Map app and have a straight view. So that's what we want. We don't change the design. And moreover, if you're going to use the strip views into our app, it will cost us some Google Map services cost. So but if you're just using deep links to Google Map, it's free. All right. So with that, and besides, also I'll give more reasons why this need to be fixed. The ability to deep link to Google Map app is not the way we do it. Even the Google sample code is already having the same problems. And besides, fortunately, I found external issues. There's quite a bit of upward over the issues. So there's quite a bit of solid cases. So I responded to the persons and so we managed to get some attention. They tell us, maybe you should just reopen the issues. Unfortunately, because it's been more than 1 month, I haven't really in touch with the issue. I can't really reopen. I need to create a new one. And this time I put it at the highest priority. But then they turned it down to priority 3, all right? Well, so anyway, that time is already February. It's already kind of 2 months past. So all right, let's be patient. Let's wait for another one. So by late March, so when I go and check again, it's not being addressed at all, not being fixed. So let me escalate the issue. So the good thing is inside a Google console, the internal console is there's an escalation button. So you can click the escalation button. The day I click the escalation buttons, they got a response. Within 24 hours, they got a reply. This issue has been fixed. So it takes 1 day for them to fix, which is awesome. But it will be planned in the next release. So a date yet to be found. So I just confirm on the latest version of it. So it's not really fixed. 0302. But I think a week from there, then it's fixed. And then they sent me an email. It says it's already fixed. It's planned for the 11.74 versions. And after I checked, the 0.301 is fixed. Hooray! This is really awesome. So I'm really happy about that. So from there, actually, what is the lessons that we kind of learned? We think that there are some things that we did right, but there are some things that we can improve. So what we did right, so this is what I feel. We did narrow down the issues, clearly replicate the issues, and making sure it's consistent. And secondly, we use Google example codes. Yeah. So show that this is like indicating it's a Google charter fix. And thirdly, we follow both external issue and internal issue. External issue enable us to exhibit this is actually a problem, not just us. Quite a bit of people are kind of upload the issues. Internal issues, we can escalate the issue much better. Fourth is we can follow up from time to time, contacting a Google rep. So we are fortunate enough to have someone who is very responsive, working together with us on that. And last of all, Google, it's good that they give us some recommendations, but do understand that the recommendation is something that's applicable to us. So that's what we kind of did right, I think. But there are things that we could have improved. First of all, if you do foreign internal issues, always look out for the email cloud support at google.com, because it doesn't come as doesn't like put an address of your name. It feels like a generic auto-generated email. So, but let's make sure you look out for that. If you have seen that earlier, maybe back in December, we have already kind of get this resolved much earlier. And secondly, if you think the issue has not been resolved fast enough, don't hesitate to use the escalation button and provides a very solid reasoning behind. So Google will be able to address that. If we have responded earlier, we would have get the issue solved much earlier better. So I hope that this will be a good experience that we have learned and share with all of you. So in the future, if you do encounter any of these problems, you have a way to go with it. Yeah. So last and not least, I just want to leave you behind a quote by Sunday Pichai: "Wear your failures as a badge of honor." So any problems we have, it's all right. It's an opportunity, and this gives me an opportunity to share with you over here. So it's great. Thank you very much.